Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel that takes you deep inside the San Francisco 49ers. I am your host, Jack Hammer. Today, I wanted to discuss one of the people who made the biggest differences for the 49ers offense in 2022. No, it's not a player. It's actually one of their coaches. In particular, quarterbacks coach, Brian Griese. Griese was named as the 49ers quarterback coach in the offseason prior to the 2022 season with no prior history of coaching. It was a move that stunned some and left some questions, including for myself. And looking back at it, it was a move that made a lot of sense and one that really helped the 49ers quarterbacks out. The reason that it made sense is Griese's been through it. Most quarterback coaches haven't played quarterback in the NFL, and most of those guys that have played quarterback in the NFL that are quarterback coaches didn't have the success that Brian Griese had. Yeah, Griese didn't have the best of careers, but he was named to the 2000 Pro Bowl as a member of the Denver Broncos. And you look at the way that he helped the 49ers quarterbacks out last year. You start off with Jimmy Garoppolo. You know, there's been a lot of discussion this offseason and even going back to during the regular season about how the addition of Christian McCaffrey was what made all of the difference for the 49ers. And you look at what the 49ers quarterbacks were doing, and for Jimmy Garoppolo in particular, his numbers were looking good prior to the addition of Christian McCaffrey. Yes, after McCaffrey's addition, he only had one interception the rest of the way, but he'd also had 3 games prior to the addition of McCaffrey where he didn't have an interception at all. So Garoppolo was already on a solid path prior to the addition of McCaffrey, and I think a lot of it has to do with Brian Griese. You know, you look at it, Garoppolo had the highest pass rating of his career just last season and the lowest interception percentage. Again, this, I think, goes back to Griese's ability to talk to these quarterbacks, explain to them what they're seeing on the field, explain some of the things that defenses are trying to do to them, his ability in the film room to walk them through the process of good decisions, bad decisions, what they should be looking for here and there on different plays. And that led to, like I just said, the best quarterback rating of Jimmy Garoppolo's career in San Francisco, along with his lowest interception rating. And for a 49ers team that needs to win the turnover margin in order to win games, that was key. Not only that, but he, meaning Brian Griese, was instrumental in the selection of Brock Purdy in the 7th round of the draft. This is a quarterback that he thought highly of. The 49ers made the move to pick up Purdy at the end of the draft instead of letting him get into free agency. And they were rewarded with a quarterback who was undefeated in games that he played, except for the NFC Championship game when he was knocked out after only 6 plays. Brock Purdy not only stepped on the field and played well for the 49ers, his level of play was so high that despite starting only 5 games at the end of the regular season, he ended up 3rd in voting for Rookie of the Year. That's how good Brock Purdy was. A lot of that has to do with Purdy's experience, but also it has to do with the experience of Brian Griese. Again, this is a guy who played in the NFL, had NFL coaching playing experience, has a dad who was a Hall of Famer at the position in the NFL, and was able to come in and make a big mark on the 49ers quarterback position in just his first year. It's going to be exciting to see what he can do for the 49ers entering year 2. He has a little bit more to work with. He has Brock Purdy expected to be back in time for week 1. Purdy already has begun throwing with a football, so he's well ahead of schedule. He also has Trey Lance to continue working with. Lance struggled a little bit so far in his career, but he definitely gives the 49ers a viable option, as does Sam Darnold and Brandon Allen. This is a very talented 4-deep quarterback room that the 49ers have, and they have a really good coach in Brian Griese leading the way. And like I said, I think Brian Griese made all the difference at that position and for the 49ers offense in 2022. Take it for what it's worth. Thank you for tuning in. If you can do me a favor, hit that like button and then hit the subscribe button. And once you do that, also turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of the information coming your way here on Inside the 49ers with Jack Hammer. Take care, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll be talking with you soon.